guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Your Favorite Goth Kids, hosted by me, your favorite Chiquitito Adam.
And me, your girl Ashley.
You couldn't have come up with anything like...
No, I was just laughing because of, like, what I know we're going to talk about.
Oh.
So just, like, I don't feel bad at all.
Okay, so, again, you guys, cut the bullshit. We have to jump into this already.
I want to put a big disclaimer, like I was telling Adam.
Yeah.
So what this podcast, usually Adam explains it, but I kind of want to explain it so I can put the disclaimer, or at least my own disclaimer. This podcast is going to be about, like, internal drama that we have been told or that we kind of experienced or that we have heard, right? So this is intel from people that have told us. We've heard various stories and most of them are consistent or we've been through it. Mm-hmm. So I want to emphasize bigly that we're going to be spilling tea about people from our lives.
From the religion.
From our lives. But this is from us, like, we, like, from what we know.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just chisme.
Yeah.
So I just want to emphasize that. Like, so if you feel like you know this story and it might be about you, well, sorry, Pookie. It could be you, it could not be you.
And if anybody wants to get mad at me, because it was all my idea. Because I don't even care about saying that, because I haven't gone to the meeting since 2019. So.
And some of these people that I'm gonna talk about, I don't like 99.9% of the people, exactly. And 99.9% of people don't like me. So if you have an issue with me, you can let me know. Because I will talk behind your back, but I can say to you, like, did you hear it all, or do you want me to say it again?
It's like, what did you hear and what did they leave out? So it's like a fill in all the gaps.
So we're just putting a big emphasis that if you feel like the story is about you, I apologize. We will try to bleep out names. We will try to keep as much info.
Rest in peace to me with the amount of editing I'm gonna have to do with this episode.
So that was my disclaimer. So this is just talking about, like, chismes and dramas and there's so much.
There's so many. So
what I was telling Adam is, because it's kind of already late in the night, as we're filming this, we're gonna do, like, I think this might be a multiple
part,
a multiple series.
I mean, like, we'll see how much we can, like, remember.
Because I remember it.
Because I remember, like, 2014 being such a bad year for me. Like, that was so... Like, it was such a good year, but within, like, the religion, that's when so much drama went down.
In 2014?
Yeah, like, 2014 to 2016. Like, when I was fresh out of high school, like, so much stuff went down.
Think of, like, what was 2014 and 2016? I don't know, but anyway. We're gonna start off with, like, the most recent ones that we can remember. That doesn't mean it was recently happened, because some of these are, like, years ago. And I'm gonna start off first. Yeah. So
she's gonna have to repeat what we just kind of, like, talked about.
Yeah, so we kind of just talked about. So the most recent one that popped up in my head was, there was this girl. I'm gonna try my best to also to, like, you know, not say it, or say, like, certain stuff that I knew. She started to date, or she wanted to date this one guy, and she was really, really, not really young, but she was fairly a minor, and this guy was much older than her, already an adult. And she kind of lied to him, saying that she was a certain age when she wasn't. So when they started dating, eventually, like, her age had to come out, and she was like, hey, like, I was lying to you. I want to be honest now, and be like, I'm this age, actually. So they were already dating, so, like, I never broke up with her, and they were like, whatever. In my mind, I always thought that was so weird. When I heard this story, and I had heard the story a couple times from, like, various people, like, ages, I was like, did no one want to do anything about that? Like, not her parents, like, anything. But the thing is, with where we come from, like, our religion, and even, like, our culture, like, doesn't matter if the guy's, like, 50 years older than you. Like, if you want to date them, it's fine, you know?
Yeah, because they're not Mexican, but I know in the Mexican culture, the minute that you hit 18, when you're a woman, they already consider you too old for marriage, Yeah, they're like, oh, you should already had 3 kids. Yeah. And the reason why she most likely came up to my brain is because I was talking to Adam about it, how this specific girl, she always had, like, everybody knew her for having, like, such a nice personality and whatnot, but me and Adam always, like, kind of didn't like her because we're like, she's too sweet to be real, right? Yeah. Like, she just overly seems it, like, that she's trying too hard to project a personality that's not her. And I didn't mind her at first, but then she had an issue with one of my older siblings,
and she's just like in the religion, like when you go into like meeting and you say hi to people, like in a group of people, you say hi to everybody. It's just common courtesy. Well, for whatever reason, this girl had it out for my older sibling, and it wasn't just me who noticed, like other family members of mine had noticed, and they were like, is it weird that she just like hates my older sibling? Like, so I just never liked her from there. And then I heard that story and I was like, oh, so you're just weird in general.
You're just weird.
You're just weird in general. Like, my older sibling never did anything to anybody. Like, always laid back person, just, you know, not, like, causing any drama with anybody. Or, like, very rarely was, like, this person ever in, like, well, my older sibling was ever involved in, like, actual drama. There was, but, like, it wasn't, like, much to portray because, like, that's not their personality. So that's like when I like saw that, I was like, oh, you and me have beef. So from there on, it's been years now. I haven't seen her in years.
I haven't either.
And I'm just like, oh, I still don't like you. And I'm like, and whatever you did with your husband, because now they're married.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're weird. You're just a weird person. So that was like the recent drama that
the recent one, yeah.
What about you?
and then Ashley had asked me how come I didn't like her, and it was all that. Like I heard a lot of stories about her, especially through. We're just gonna have to bleep this out, especially through.
Okay.
I used to hear like a lot of things coming from her about this girl, but the way that I am is that I've never liked, no matter how much somebody was talking about someone, I didn't want to go into meeting somebody with preconceived notions. I wanted to be like, okay, I want to see it for myself. Not saying that I was going to be like their best friend or anything like that.
You just kind of want to judge them for yourself.
Yeah, so when she started, because at first she was visiting our conversation. I mean, can I speak? She was visiting our congregation, and then they eventually moved into ours. Oh, and and she started talking to me out of nowhere. And she seemed cool at first. Like, you could tell she wants to be genuine. But at the same time, you can tell that she wants to be, like... She wants to be pretty much like Regina George. She wants to be the meanest one. She wants to be, like, the leader. She wants all the attention on herself. And little by little, I kind of saw, like, that I guess you could call it, like, overcompensation of having to be way too nice. Because is that type... Because when someone's nice, they're just genuinely nice.
Like, you feel it. Like, yeah. Like, they're not trying to get something out of you. They're just being genuinely nice and they move on. Like, with her, you could just feel that she wanted something from you.
Not only that, but it was in her voice. Because she would make her voice a little bit too high-pitched. Yeah. And I'm like, girl, I've heard your speaking voice. That's not how you sound.
I know. That's also, like, what I thought. Like, her introductions, because she always had weird nicknames for people.
Yeah.
It pissed me off.
No, like, and I'll say one, because if she hears this, I don't give a damn. She will literally come up to me and be like, oh my god, hi, Pookie Bear. Oh my god, hi, Boo. And I'm like, I need you to be shot in the head already. Like,
I remember that. I'd be like, can you just call me by my name? Like,
I mean, she never called me that, but I feel like she mostly did it with like the younger ones and the women, yeah. But with me, she would always be like, oh my god, hi, how are you? And I'd be like, I'm good.
I'm good. Just lower it down.
And I could tell that her husband would, like, because she would say hi to everybody, he would force himself to say hi to me, so he wouldn't even shake my hand properly. I hate it when he would shake my hand. Like, look, like, try and shake my hand, I'll show you. I wish this was, like, a visual thing, but I would hand out my hand, and he would be like... Oh... And I'm like, you're literally just rubbing my fingers. Like, stop touching me.
And her husband, I mean, I didn't really know her husband personally. I didn't really know this girl personally like that either. I mean, I knew her, like, I knew her parents or whatnot. I didn't know her husband personally. I also didn't like him, but for different reasons. I just thought that he was a tryhard for, like, looks, like, for me.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like an incognito gay guy. Like, he tried too hard to be masculine.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
The car he drove, the like, his personality, like, he's like, yeah, I'm a gym bro, and this and that. Like, you're trying too hard to be something that you're not. So, for me, I always thought it was weird. I was like, why are you trying so hard?
Well, I mean, I grew up with that family because, like, we knew each other, but then drama happened. That's one thing that we're not gonna talk about. Is the drama that happened with that family, because a family member of mine was involved, and like we're just gonna keep that out of it. I mean, I wish I could talk about it.
Oh, that'd be so juicy.
Yeah, but I can't. But yeah, but then after that whole drama thing happened, like the relationship with that family like really changed.
Like skyrocketed down.
Yeah. And I remember the one thing I will say is that family, the sister, her husband, do you remember his name? Yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep it out. I was like, I am. I need to stop. That's when I used to go to the assemblies, and that's when like that drama kind of went down.
Okay. Oh, that must have been so.
I'll bleep this part out. Well, now we're back after I bleeped it out. It was during that time, and I was in the elevator with my little sister, and he came in there. Like, it had to stop on that floor. He had to be in our hotel. And he comes in and he's like, good morning, you. Good morning. And I just look forward. I don't even say anything. I'm like, fuck off. I'm like, I know it's your wife that's doing this, but I have nothing to say to you either.
And at the time, they weren't married, right? They were...
I think they were...
They were dating?
They were dating.
Or were they engaged?
I think they were dating? I don't know.
I can't remember. I just remember that she was supposed to be with him, and I was like, "Ooh, Pookie Bear, you out here doing stuff."
And they're still married, no? Because them, I haven't seen them in forever.
I don't know. I haven't seen them in forever. I think they're still married. I haven't heard anything.
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything. I don't know. I don't even see like their mom or anything like that, because that's who used to run into the most was their mom all the time.
Which one's mom?
You're gonna have to believe about her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her. That's who I used to. And weird enough, they like, this is so off topic. They both look very similar.
They do. Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I was like,
I used to always run into her dad.
Really?
And because I was going to the assemblies at the time and attending the meetings, he would always come up to me and be like, he would be like, I'm so happy that you didn't end up like your brothers. Like, your parents finally have like a kid that they can be proud of. And I'm like,
you're gonna have to bleep that out.
Why?
Did you have to bleep that out?
Why?
Because you said.
No, I said brothers.
Oh.
Brothers. Yeah, we have to. There's so much editing I'm gonna have to do with this.
I'm so sorry.
No, but yeah, he said that, and I was like, "You're for real telling me this at an assembly?" And he was like, "Please, like try and do better than your other siblings, and like don't disappoint your parents." And I'm like, "Do you not know your own children?"
I was just about to say that.
I'm
like,
about to knock you out.
Every single one of his children are terrible.
Are horrible.
Like, okay, I don't want to like put like too much of like my family out there, but my part of my family, I'm not gonna say what part of my family, but a part of my family, we're really good friends with 99% of these jóvenes. So.
And especially they were friends with like the younger ones.
Yeah, and it's just like they're like, oh, like, not saying that my family members are the ones who are telling me this tea, because it's not from them, but it's just like, I remember when they were like, they're just talking about like experiences with these family members, like that, because we were with them at some time, like some of these people, and they'd be like, oh, do you remember when you did this and this, and I'm like, oh, with the person, obviously, and I was like,
The only thing, oh my god, I don't know if I should say this, but like the only tea that I have was, again, I'm gonna have to bleep out the names, but it's with.
I was just about to say that too. It was like, oh, I have so much tea.
The only thing that I know is that he sent her a dick pic, and she was like, Adam, it was so tiny. And I was like, there's no way.
I don't understand what was like the point of that kid and that other girl, because I don't want you to bleep on too many things, because they had been friends forever, and like he was just weird towards the end, because they stopped being friends, I guess, or like they're cool now, I guess, or whatever, but they stopped being, because they were like best friends. And like he just started being weird. Like ever since he hit puberty, he was just a menace to society.
Yeah, because I think he had a lot of influence from like his older brother.
Obviously, from his older brother.
And then he was always at the gym. I used to always see him there.
Another gym bro. Like, all of these people were gym bros, and like, and now they all have dad bods. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything. Girl, I'm chunky myself, but like what was all that motivation?
Yeah,
for?
but if you guys only knew how this whole group of men acted,
literally,
or like I'm telling you, it was like, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. It was, to put it into perspective, it was an entire group of just Andrew Tates.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can explain it.
And they were, like, the worst kind. Like, I'm sorry to say that some of my family members were part of that group circle. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, what did you guys ever see in each other? Like, you guys were all distraught in the brain.
It was literally, like, I understand, like, having friends from different walks of life, but they were so different. It was like a college frat boy college frat boy mixed with Andrew Tate.
The only thing that they had in common was that they had the gym and this religion. Only reason. And that's why we all got so close to each other, and we all know all this drama about each other, because it's such a knit group of people that everybody knows everything about something.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you people know a lot of tea about, like, well, I mean, not a lot of tea about us, but, like, they probably have heard things about us.
Yeah.
Because when they kind of bounce back about us, we're like, we're just like, I mean, I guess. Like your mom saying, like, oh, like, I just heard this, and this about you. And I was like, none of that is true. I don't know who told you that.
Right.
None of that is true.
I was like, okay. Like, and so, it was that whole group, too, that hated me, because that's when, like, that was before I came out. So there were, like, constant rumors about me being gay.
The only reason why this group of steroid men hated you, or these steroid boys hated you, is because even though at the time you didn't come out, you were cool with every female. Mm-hmm. And all these hormonal guys that wanted these pretty girls, you were the only guy who was able to be on the inside, because every girl felt safe with you. Mm-hmm. And, like, every guy was, like, trying to be like, why can't I be like that? Because you're weird, bro.
Exactly. So especially, like, the main one that they wanted, which, again, I'm going to bleep out, which was... That's the one that they wanted the most, and that was the one who would come up to me the most.
Mm-hmm. And look at her now. Look at her now. She didn't end up with any of the... Fun fact, 99.9% of these couples that were a couple back then, or were trying to get to know each other, didn't end up marrying any of each other, basically.
I think except for, like, one. Right?
Like, one or two, like, yeah. Well...
The one that we talked about
earlier.
And then, again, I'm going to bleep it, but...
Oh. Yeah. Or,
wait, no. It's...
And then we'll... But those are, like, well, the only... Well, I mean, technically, that one girl... you're going to have to bleep it out. Even though she says... that the person that she's married with now was the only person that she was with, baby.
Oh, girl, please.
Baby.
Please. I was friends with her ex, and he would tell me everything.
Exactly.
So, please, she wanted to pretend. Oh, my God, hold on.
I was just assuming, I was like, wait, I have to say something about that.
Oh, wait, say it.
Okay, because this girl who we're talking about, who she likes to lie about, you know, not having a boyfriend or anything like that before her current husband... I had asked her one time, and I was like, so what was it like? Can't remember the exact question, but I think it was somewhere along the lines, like, how was it like dating this person? And she was like, oh, I never dated him. And I was like, that's false. I was like, that's not true. She's like, I don't know what people have told you, but she's like, the only person I ever dated was my husband now. And I was like, and I wanted to tell her something so bad and be like, look, I don't know why you're lying. I'm just asking you a question. I'm just curiosity. Obviously, I shouldn't be asking those questions because I was a nosy teen.
Yeah.
But I was just like, why are you lying? Literally everybody saw.
Everybody knew.
How are you going to pretend that never happened?
And the fact that we would all, when we all used to get along, that group and with me, we used to go ice skating before before they shut down the Texas station and all that. Yeah. We used to ice skate there, and we used to invite them, and they would be making out on the ice skating rink. So it was like, girl, why are you lying?
Oh my God. Or it's just like a necklace, I think, that he had given her or something like that, and she wore it until the day they stopped dating or something.
And
like
mind
that.
you guys, the necklace, I'm gonna vomit. It was that typical, like, 2014 Tumblr Bulls team necklace. Like the Bulls mascot head necklace. And I'm vomiting. Like,
see, but this is the thing. Like, we literally all grew up. Again, we all grew up with each other.
Yeah.
Like, me, I was later to the party because Adam, it was literally in the middle of this when these were all in their prime. Mm-hmm. I'm a lot younger than a lot of these people, but I was still involved, or, like, not involved with a lot of it, but I still knew about it. Because of
your family, yeah.
Well, and the family members that were involved, actually, in the drama or in the friends. Like, this is the reason why I know this stuff. But, like, the thing is, like, why would you lie about it? We all saw it in parties and get-togethers. Like, we literally saw your parents were telling you, like, that your parents would tell other people, like, oh, I don't like this person for my daughter. Like, we literally saw it. Why are you denying it now? You're married now. There's no harm, no foul, nothing was done, right? I mean, something was done, but like, why deny it now? Just speak your truth. People want to know what happened. And by people, I mean me. So just like, why can't you say something?
But they both do it. Because I have tea too. They both do it.
About who?
Her husband lies about who he dated before.
He had dated somebody before her?
Yeah.
Who did he date?
Okay, obviously you guys know we're going to bleep out names, so I could just stop saying it. But it used to be him.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
because
God.
I've been friends with her for years. And she would talk to me about all of that. And then... But... what happened, I think she wanted me to get the tea, so I asked his now wife about, like, we were kind of talking about that, and she was like, oh no, I asked him about it, and he said that, like, she's lied about all of that, like, they never dated, and she would pretend, like, that they were in a relationship and that it was all fake. So I told that, and I was like, yeah, he's denying you, girl, like, he said that you guys never dated, that, like, you made that whole thing up.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, and she was like, nah, I got screenshots, I have this and that, like...
Oh, I believe her.
Yeah, and
I believe her.
No, I believe her, yeah. I mean, she's a Virgo, I know she's not lying.
Why would she also... First of all, this person is no prize. I'm sorry.
Oh, the man?
Yeah,
he's not.
He's not a prize.
He's not.
Like, he's nice. Don't get me wrong, he's nice. But, like, why would you... I would have lied about... you're gonna have to believe this person that, like...
Oh, his fine.
Or lie about those two. Like, but why this man? So I believe her 1,000%.
No, yeah. And, like,
how long were they, like, talking or whatever for?
She told me, but I can't remember. But I think they were on and off for, like, a year or two.
Oh my God, that's something that I've never heard.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But he denied it.
Oh, of course
he was like, I don't know her. I never talked to her.
Really? But you've seen her chi-chis. I don't know. I don't know if that actually happened. I'm just saying
no, I don't think they ever did.
No, it doesn't seem like she would be the type of person to do that. And neither him. Like, he's just like, again, he seems like a sweet guy. So I don't see him doing that.
Yeah.
That's insanity right there.
Yeah, dude, they both did deny it.
Yeah, again, why deny it when it already has happened? No harm, no, like, for me, for example, like, luckily I can say that I've only ever dated one person. So if somebody's like, oh, well, me and Ashley have talked, that's the most that you can say out of me. I never dated anybody else besides this one person who wasn't even part of the religion. That is why I didn't want to date anybody in the religion. Because the minute that you date somebody in the religion, everybody knows your business. Yeah. Everybody feels like they're entitled to something as we're talking about.
As we're talking about it.
But that's different, okay? We're trying to entertain.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. But, like, that is why I chose somebody out of it, because I was like, it's just easier that way, because when things go bad, they always end up talking about you.
Yeah, and everybody always ends up finding out.
Everybody and their homies. So I'm just like, that's why a lot of these girls, like, but the thing that also, like, makes me a little bit more angry is that 99.9% of the girls implicated, or they're implicated because they were in like, the relationships, or, like, somebody told, like, their parents, and they got in trouble. The guys hardly ever got implicated in trouble, unless it became, because, you know, like, we're gonna get nitty and gritty, unless the elders find out, which is basically, like, our bigger, like, if, like, bigger pastors, I guess.
Yeah, like the superiors,
like the heads of our meetings and whatnot found out that you had done, like, sexual stuff, then that's when both parties got implicated. But 99.9% of the time, no one said anything. But everybody knew it.
Everyone knew.
Everybody knew. So I'm just like, that is crazy work right there. Oh my, I love that. Oh, I love it. Oh my God, that's insane.
I know.
I'm so glad I was not a teenager during this time. I think I would have.
It was bad, because, like, I was kind of off and on friends with, like the guys, because I was cool with a couple of the guys before, but once they got enwrapped with the rest of the guys, they threw me aside. So I was cool with the girls, and they would always tell me stuff, because, you know, I'm for the girls.
I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah, I'm a girl's girl. I wasn't about to, you know, I was gonna take their side. Yeah, so it was bad Like, it was... And it got even worse. And this was going to answer the question that we said at first, like, which is the first one that comes to your mind? Mm-hmm. It got worse. I don't know if you remember him. When that guy came in.
I don't remember him. Oof, that name sounds so familiar.
I don't have a photo of him.
I mean, menos. Okay, so him and who?
It was just him. Like, he came alone. Like, he moved to our meeting. He was, like, kind of chaparrito. He was dark. He had, like, glasses. At first, he was friends with me. It was... Our little group was me, him, and...
Weren't they related?
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You do not talk about Joe.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
When he came into the meeting, that's when everything got worse because he was so manipulative that he was the one talking trash about everybody, which is why, like, at one point, like, all the guys had stopped talking to each other because he was, like...
He was the reason why?
Yeah, because he was, like, running his mouth to everybody saying, like, oh, they said this about you. They said this about you. But that's the first one that comes to my mind. Uh-huh. Okay, do you remember who...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love her. She has so much tea herself.
Oh, she needs to be shot too.
Yeah. She was terrible.
No, she was. She was terrible.
She was terrible.
She was.
But also what happened to her was terrible. But that we'll get into that.
But later. She asked for that.
Yeah, she did.
She asked for all that. Okay. That's the one that comes to my head is that he was so in love with her. Like, he was down bad for her. Like, he needed her medically, religiously.
And his IV drip.
No, for real. Like, he has such an infatuation with her that he lied about having cancer.
That's what
you remember? Yeah. He lied about having cancer just to get with her. Because he thought that she was going to have some form of sympathy and, like, I don't know, have feelings for her.
Magically, like, you have cancer, I love cancer, you.
I need to be with you.
Your last name wishes to be with me. Wow, that's...
Let's make it happen.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
I remember that. And then, like, he was talking about how he got chemo, but yet he never lost weight. He never lost his hair. And he said that his cancer was, like, some of the worst ones ever. But he looked healthy as hell.
You couldn't have picked, like, a niche one?
No!
Leukemia or something? I don't know.
Something like, more niche?
Something, like, just... Like, I mean, all cancer is terrible.
It's pretty bad,
but, like,
yeah.
But something, like... Why the worst one? Like, you couldn't just be like, oh, I have toe cancer. Like,
I was about to say that, toe cancer.
Like, something like, they have to cut off my toe and then move on.
Yeah, and then, like, nobody will ever see your feet.
Exactly.
But he wanted her so bad, and, like, he tried to, like, ask her out, like, all the time, and she would be like... She would tell him, like, yo, I don't feel that way towards you. And one time when we were at the assembly, he was talking to... and she was like, no, yeah, like, I know you, like, I guess they randomly got into like the conversation about it. And she was like, no, yeah, I know, like, you may like her, but, like, she doesn't really, I'm telling you right now, like, she does not see you that way. And this man was so delusional that he straight up was like, nah, I know she does, because when I talk to her, I could see deep in her eyes that she feels the same way that I do. And I was like...
Whatever happened to this man?
I was in front, like, I was in front and they were talking behind me. And I was like, there's no way that came out of your mouth. Like, he swore that she wanted him too. But then they never ended up with each other.
Obviously.
And then... He ended up marrying a girl with the same name as her.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
There's another... This person, I'm not going to say her name.
I never heard of her. He found her somewhere.
What? He Googled her.
No, for real. Because all of us only found... Because this is when we kind of stopped being friends already. Because we saw how fake he was. So we only met her because during an assembly, he brought her. And he introduced her to everybody.
Obviously.
He came up to me and he was like, oh, hi, Adam. Like, how you been? This is my fiance, so-and-so. And I was like... You
were like, one more time?
I was like, girl, what's your name?
What? Say it again for me slowly.
Spell it out for me. What's your name?
Does she look like her?
Everyone says she did, that she was like a más güerita version of her.
Oh, because yeah, she's pretty tan.
I didn't really see it. But I think people were just trying to find it.
Well, I mean, the name itself was like...
Yeah.
That's crazy work right there.
And Morty.
Oh, hush.
And Morty. they ended up having to get a divorce. Because she stayed cheating on him.
I remember you told me
you remember that?
I remember that.
She cheated on him with like her own guy friends and his guy friends. And he tried being like a swinger with her, but he couldn't do it. Because I used to get all the chisme from... she used to come... He used to go and talk to her husband. And be like...
we weren't going to talk about her husband.
He's disgusting, though.
He's gross.
I don't want to talk about him. But... He would always go over there and talk to him about it and cry about it and be like, I love her so much, but she won't stop cheating on me. And she stays fucking all my friends.
I would have never done that. Oh, you had to say that. Yeah, I would have never done that to you.
Oh no, girl, he was insane.
Wow. Okay, another thing that I want to emphasize. Everybody back then, in their prime, were all baddies.
No, for real.
99.9%. Why I keep saying that number today. All of them, the majority of them were all baddies in their prime. Guys and girls, especially the girls. In their primes.
Baddies.
They were all sexy. I was like, I want to be just like you when I grow up.
And they were all my friends.
Yeah, they were like, I get it why some of these guys are crazies about these girls because all of them were pretty. Not a single one was ugly. Not one of them, like, they all had their own beauties and tenían cuerpazos. So I'm just like, I understand why some of these guys are crazy, but the things that happened just because they looked a certain way back then. I mean, and now that they're older, that doesn't mean that they're ugly. They're still all very pretty. But it's just like...
it wasn't like how it was back then.
It wasn't how it was back then, but I'm just like... But also see how everything turned out completely different? Like, you infatuate yourself. You throw yourselves at these people, and you're not with them. Or you're not happy. And now you're old and miserable. That is crazy. Oh my god. That was a good one.
But you asking what happened to him? I don't know. I know he jumped around from meeting to meeting. The last time I saw him was in 2019.
Oh my god.
And I remember that because that's when I was working at Olive Garden. And when I was in the to-go area, it's like they order online and they come in. We pack it up for them.
For them?
He called and I saw his first and last name on the caller ID. And I was like, is that him? And I kind of heard his voice. And then when he came in, it was him.
Oh my god, and did you say hi?
I said hi. I kept it casual. But that's the last time I ever saw him.
That's crazy. What did he look like? Did he still look schmicey?
No, he gained a lot of weight.
Oh. Well, yeah, probably the depression weight.
Yeah.
From your wife cheating. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's insane work. Oh my god. And the funny part is that the girl that he was obsessed with, which is what I think is funny, that she denied him because she was known for
being a whore.
For being easy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is something that I had been told. I was a lot younger back then when this had happened. So I don't know if it was true. She was nice. When I talked to her one night, she was such a nice person. But, like, every guy that I had talked to or, like, talked about her always said the same thing.
Yeah, how easy
that she was easy. And that's why I thought it was funny that, like, she did not want to give this guy the time of day. But that's all I always heard from her, that she was just an easy, breezy cover girl.
Easy and breezy.
That is hysterical.
And now she's with a whole different guy and with 2 kids.
Is it 2 or is it 3?
The last time I heard is 2.
It was 2? Oh,
she followed me on Instagram. I never followed her back. Because I was like, I don't want to associate with you.
So, I want to go... Like, my sister kind of went a little deep diving into that. Like, she randomly found her account. And she was like, oh, I want to look at her, like, man or whatever, who she's with now. And we were stalking that account. The next day when we were trying to show you, literally the next day, all those accounts had gone private. Every single one of them had gone private. And I was like, oopsie. I was like, I don't know if maybe she, like, I don't know if they had, like, one of those things where, like, you could see who's on your profile and whatnot. And maybe he had asked, like, hey, do you know who these people are? They've been looking at my account for these past couple days.
Like, who are these weirdos?
And then she probably maybe recognized us, or he just wanted to make it private. But literally the next day, everything was private. You couldn't see anything anymore. And I was like, oops. Wow.
Yeah, because she had followed me randomly one time. And, you know, I don't really post my family because I'm very private with them. Mm-hmm. And then she hadn't followed me. So in my head, I was like, you probably just wanted the tea on my family.
Oh, really?
But then, like, a couple weeks later, or, like, a month later, she re-followed me again. And I was like, girl, I'm still not following you. Like, I don't want to mess with you in that way.
Did she ever end up, like, was she one of the the few people that never, like, messed around with one of your family members?
Yeah, she messed around with my brother.
Oh.
Not with the brother you know, el otro.
Oh.
The one that moved to California. Yeah. And that's more tea because him and fought because of it.
Oh, that, I think I heard that one.
That they had beef.
Didn't your older brother fight somebody, though, for real? Like, fist fight at the meeting?
It was that one.
The
one that moved.
Him?
Yeah, because it was, I don't know if you remember them. They were siblings. It was like, and their mom's name was Ed.
Is that why they fought at the meeting?
Well, no. When it came to that, is because Matt, my other brother, had beef. So he was saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to show up to the meeting and I'm going to beat your ass. You can't have it get. So he showed up and they were trying to fight. But that's when, so many things I'm going to have to bleep out. But that's when to go to our meeting. And they held my brother back.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that's crazy. Which is funny, again, because this is like, is it that serious that you have to fight
in the meeting?
In the meeting? There was somebody else who did get into a physical fist fight, I think, at a meeting for whatever reason. And I'm just like, why? Just, is it that, like, you can't, like, you couldn't, it's literally only 2 hours out of your day. So you're saying the other 22 hours you couldn't find another place or location to fight?
Right.
Like, you just had to do this in front of these people and, like, everybody's going to talk about you? Like, obviously your brother had to defend his honor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's why. And, like, luckily he got held back. But, like, obviously, and the thing with your family is you guys are always repercussioned really hard. Yeah. Anytime anything happens with you guys are always the one to get, like, implemented so badly for whatever reason.
I that's what I never respected, was that they always came after my parents so hard. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, you're not even telling the other people who were causing it anything.
Yeah. They'd be like, well, it's because your kids are troublemakers. No. What's making these kids troublemakers is everybody else is running their mouth, but literally you guys would just be like, oh, okay, this is what happened, right? But I wasn't the only one. Or I wasn't the only one involved in this. Why am I being the only one being talked to? So in this rare occasion, it was your family where it was the guy's side that was not taken into account for at all. Yeah. Or I don't know if there was, like, stuff with your older, like, your sister and stuff like that. But, like,
I don't know.
I don't think so. But usually your guys' family is always implicated.
Yeah. But I think this was the one time where, like, the ancianos did see that he charged at my brother, so they knew it was all him and not my brother. Yeah.
Good thing that your brother didn't fight back, or they hold him back, because if he would have fought, they would have been like, you guys are always doing this. So I'm trying to think of who fought in the meeting.
I must have not been there.
I don't know. I could have sworn that somebody was about to fight in the meeting.
That's the only time I remember seeing
or they actually fought in the meeting.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
That's embarrassing.
Like, literally, like, they're just trying to have, like, a chill day, quote unquote, and, like, just, you see fists flying everywhere. It's kind of crazy.
Like, not even me. Even as much as I don't like going there, when I do, I go there and I sit there and I'm respectful. How are you gonna come in here and just start fighting?
I always thought that I was gonna be one of the people to fight.
Really?
Because, Adam, you know me, like, it happens to me all the time when somebody always has something to say to me, especially the older people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, you just want to get slapped. Like, I'm not a type of person to, like, be, like, physical, like that, like, to cause physical harm, but I always thought that it was going to happen to me. I still feel like that's going to happen to me eventually.
Really?
Now that I'm older, too, I'm just like, I don't have much patience anymore like I did before, and I'm just ready for somebody to say something like, yo, right, yo, shit. In front of people.
I think with me, I mostly feel that kind of fear at the assemblies, where I feel like somebody will try and tell me something to come back, and knowing me, I'll probably just be like, fuck off. But then, because my dad has privileges, I wouldn't want to say something and have anything happen to him.
To him implicated?
Yeah.
Wow.
But no one's ever told me anything at the assembly.
Typically assemblies, no. It's always like meeting wise when it's like more closer and like more like less people. I feel like they get more bold.
Yeah, because the last assembly that me and you went to, they were all coming up to
they were just like, oh my god, we miss you and we haven't seen you. I was just like, baby, you follow me on Instagram. Like
them though.
No, like I know most of the people that came up to you didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, should we want to put it on somebody else that we can think of, or do you want to save it? I feel like I have somebody else that I want to.
Because already have 40 minutes. And we could. I mean, if you want to do more tomorrow.
If I'm not doing anything, maybe because I think I know who I'm gonna talk about next.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time.
I have to think. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to think about more. Because that was the main one that came into my head. Was that?
No, yeah, that now it's gonna be so like these are people that I dislike. That's why I'm like, you're next on my chopping block.
You're next.
That
was fun.
That was fun. I'm sorry, that was a little chaotic because we have to bleep a lot of things out.
Oh, I know, dude.
And like you just had to be there to kind of know a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But like at least we're giving you guys something. So.
Yeah, I cannot give you names.
No.
I cannot. I've already...
Because I'm already ready to be implicated if somebody figures it out.
Oh, I know.
But, like, also we could be like, well, how do you know that this is about you? Like, oh, is this you?
And my little sister watches our podcast, so I wonder if she's going to be able to, like, decipher it. But then at the same time, during that time, she was only a toddler. She was really...
Yeah, imagine, I was young.
Yeah.
And these people were teenagers. I was not a teenager, so she was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she's heard these stories before.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, I've never said any of these stories to her before, so I wonder if she might know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe your siblings one, maybe.
Probably, yeah. But it was a crazy time during those times, man.
What a time to be alive.
I know. And now when they see me in person, they still don't talk to me. That's something I could talk about too. But we'll save it for next time.
For next time.
Yeah, because then this episode will be like 3 hours long too. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna end it here, you guys, and we're gonna do a part 2, maybe part 3, 5, 20, who knows.
I was gonna say this could be a long series.
Well, I mean, for me, there's only so much that I remember. Because it was right. I'm gonna give my age away, but it was right after high school, and this year was my 10-year anniversary. So there's so much that I probably don't even remember anymore.
Oh, no, there's a lot that I remember.
I would love to hear it.
Okay, well, like, also watch me forget it too, and
right.
This.
Like, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we'll end it here.
Okay, alright, you guys. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to hear this and to what?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh.
I was just making noise.
I was like, what happened? Anyway, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to hear this and to watch this and to support us. We're gonna try and stay consistent as consistent as we can be. But we will catch all of you in the next episode.
Bye.
Deuces.